champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty, and the golden voice of Neil Rule. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy over there, that's Flannel Sam. He's in for D-Mac. Of course, well, we got a shift a little bit here in the setup. KG is out today. I'll get to that in a second. Spencer Raxter's here, a.k.a. you may know him by his famous stage name, Broadcaster 6 is in the building of Netflix fame.
Hello.
How them DMs going? They popping?
DMs popping.
There it is.
No, but shout out to everybody that did send me a DM or recognize my voice. It means a lot.
That is cool, man.
Very cool.
So, yeah, Spencer Raxter here in the building. Heavyweights 5 to 7 today. Shout out. But, yeah, so we're getting it in. Intern Justin, a.k.a. Jesus, is in the sound booth, in for KG. And Jesus, I know you're Gen Z. We've talked about that, right? You look flustered right now. Are you okay?
I'm not flustered.
Okay.
Why would I come in the kitchen if I can't take the heat?
No, that's what I'm saying. All right. So with that being said, you know the show starts at 11, right? You're aware?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay. Because, you know, like it was 10:59 and some change, and you're over there carousing in the hall. You saw it, Sam Flannel.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm old school. I don't know, but I get here very, very early for my shows. I'm in my seat very, very early.
Now, that is where we're different.
No, that's,
I do not.
That's fine, but you're in your seat by, at the absolute latest, 55 or something like that. Not like 59. Oh, God, I got to go. I have
a routine for the heavyweights. I get in here normally right at 4 o'clock after Ermanni and Edwards, and I sit in the Maz chair, kick my feet up, and I catch up on my manhwa. And I do that for like an hour. And then
just to get right.
So I do it every day just to get my headspace right. Read some Korean comics.
Okay. Do we got the audio handled now?
Yes.
Okay, we do.
Someone turned down the main volume. I didn't see that. So, my bad.
Okay.
Gen Z excuse.
Gen Z excuse making. Never.
Here we go. All right.
It's never. I should have, double checked that first. I understand what the role is.
And maybe if he was in here before the show started,
maybe
he would have been able to check.
Maybe I don't know.
No, honestly, and this is where you still should have been here earlier. But for me,
I was the first one in this room.
I understand. Wait a minute. I'm about to defend you, man.
Okay.
There was a time in a previous life here where I did sound for multiple shows, and that happened to me before, where I was just kind of throwing my hands up, what the hell's going on? And then somebody said the main volume, and I'm like, oh, damn, that was turned down. You should always leave it up when you leave the sound booth, but sometimes people don't, and that's something that you definitely have to double check. I learned the hard way. Jesus learned the hard way a little bit today, but it's okay because this is a Big D Energy and not the 2 to 4 show.
Shout out.
Nothing more accurate has ever been said in the history of this network. It's okay because it's not the 2 to 4 show.
Right,
it's okay for, a 4-time Stanley Cup champion and a two-time play-by-play broadcaster of the year, beat out the likes of Ken Cal, beat out the likes of your goats.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, once would be lucky, but twice is a trend.
That's a trend.
No, but anyway, though, no, it's okay, though, everybody.
Shout out to Bourbon Fridays.
And I was just going to get there as well. It is Bourbon Friday. We're bringing it back here today, and everyone's getting into it, so it's going to be fun. And a big shout-out to the people at Shankar Distilleries. They're over there on Chicago Road. It's like 10 minutes from here. They gave us some bottles of the Varchaz Premium Bourbon. This is the single barrel proof. Checking in at 116 proof. So stick around for the show. It'll get interesting as we go. Cool bottle, too, by the way.
Very cool bottle.
Yeah, very cool bottle. So they're local, and they mess with us, so we mess with them.
Yep.
And that's the way that it works. So shout out to them. We'll be enjoying their libations. I'm seeing it everywhere now, all the common grocery stores and everything like that. So shout out to Rob and everybody over there at Varchaz. And they're doing it. They're open, as I said, they're opening up the distillery to the public. They're having like the tasting room and the cocktail room and all the stuff you've come to love in bourbon. I didn't know you were a bourbon guy, Flannel.
I mean, I'm I don't really have what I would call a preference when it comes to hard liquors, but it was available and it was here. And sometimes, if you saw Monday's show, you know that sometimes I need the edge taken off just a little bit. So maybe you'll get a more calm version of myself today. Maybe you will not. I'm feeling good, though.
I like it. But jump into that chat, the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts in there. This one here from nobody. Hey, Neil, I was Netflix and chilling when Spenny popped up on the screen. I don't know who Spenny is. Explain to my girl who he was. Almost lost my girl to Broadcaster 6. Hey, but that's how Spenny rolls.
That is how I roll. You better hold that hand tight.
Yep. There was another one up there, and I missed it. So my apologies on that one. But, yeah, so... Get it in there, everybody. It is. Woodward Sports chat thread. People are just a fan. But it's only Big D Energy. I know. That's the way people operate around here. But, hey, that's fine. Ryan, lucky this isn't 2 to 4. Steve Wild's top 5 list, which we have retired the top 5 list for those of you that missed it yesterday.
No more top 5 lists.
They are top 6 list in honor of Broadcaster 6.
Thank you.
So, but anyway, Steve Wild says, top 5 Gen Z excuses.
Ooh.
Your thoughts, Jesus?
I already did that. I literally made my top 5 excuses list based on Gen Z to give Neil the content. So it's just my role here, apparently, being the Gen Z guy. So whatever.
You are the only Gen Z here.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
You and Joel and Caleb.
Yeah. Better to have a role than to just be a face in the crowd, though, Jesus. Trust me.
True.
Ryan's reaction, all caps, turn up the volume. Well, we got the list of Gen Z excuses, so we're in there. No, but it is a nickel package Friday. I'm hyped for it. I'm excited for the nickel package. I'm excited for the bourbon. And I did have a question for the people, because I feel as though Nickel Package Friday is almost too good to be true.
Yep.
I like to check in with the people. Can we do a chat poll, Spenny?
Yes.
Do you enjoy Nickel Package Friday? For real?
It's literally the best.
I enjoy. It's too good to be true, Flannel.
Yeah. No. The best part to me is that it saves some time on the prep. It gives us all an opportunity to really add our stamp to the show. That. When certain questions come up, that was obviously a Neil question. That was obviously a Spencer question. That was obviously
I don't know
a
what you're
question.
talking about.
I mean, I think the people do. I'm just saying. And sometimes especially during this time when the Tigers are on a heater and the Red Wings are in free agency and obviously everything that's going on with the Pistons, all the changes that they've made, the Lions, the NFL sometimes takes a back seat. But with a Nickel Package show, you get right back into it. You get to talk about the national NFL. You get to revisit the Lions. There is nothing quite like it. It is my favorite segment. Seriously, my favorite segment that I've ever done at Woodward Sports, and the fact that I get to do it every Friday is pretty damn cool. And Neil Rule, you did make this up.
You did.
This was a you thing.
Well, hey, whatever, man. It doesn't matter who came up with it. It matters that the execution is flawed. 91% of the people say, yeah. Spenny. This is like an all-time closest to 100% we've ever been.
Yep. And of course, now that you say that, people are voting no out of spite.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's too late. It's too late.
Too late. Already read the numbers. Sorry about it.
Jay Cruzen, I'm drinking Hillbilly Lemonade with Kirkland vodka right now. Don't sleep on Kirkland. The Kirkland bourbon is good.
Kirkland anything is good.
100%.
If I'm going on a tubing trip next weekend, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a half gallon of Kirkland tequila, because it's tequila and it's like $40. What do you mean? That's what I'm doing. It's cheap and it's good liquor.
Because it's not Kirkland.
I'm
pretty
sure Kirkland vodka is just Grey Goose.
And the bourbon is Barton.
I believe that's confirmed, Spenny.
Yeah, it's Barton Distilleries. So, so it is. We're going to get it in. This isn't going to be too hard hitting today. We're just going to sit here and chop it up and have fun. I'm going to wear my Detroit Drive T-shirt here, kind of like a retro thing. Josh, you're the man, Neil. No, that's not me. That's Broadcaster 6. He's the man.
I do what I can.
Ryan, half gallon. Goddamn, that's a weekend.
It's a weekend.
Yeah.
What do you mean on the river? Come on.
Hey, on the river, yeah.
I mean, bro.
Yeah.
In my heavyweight days.
Yeah.
We are you doing canoeing or what do you got going on?
We're tubing.
Tubing, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, tubing, the drinks start flowing.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Like in my heavyweight days, I drank a case of beer on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. 9 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Could easily do that.
9 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You start fire it up right in the morning, kind of like Bourbon Friday right now.
I told you guys about Sunday at Augusta before, right? When in East Lansing,
No.
Oh, we do Sunday at Augusta in East Lansing, and my friends, me and my friends, we'd go and watch the Sunday of the Masters, and all of us would bring a case of Busch Light, and whoever finished theirs first wins. I was 3-time champ of Sunday at Augusta.
There you
You
go.
don't win anything. You just won
Oh,
glory.
I thought you were about to say you got like a beer jacket or something.
No, you win glory.
You won glory, yeah.
You win accolades. You
Yeah.
win respect.
Yeah.
That's what this is all
Those
about,
are my
everybody.
boys. Shout out to Mark Dogtonios, 12-0, undefeated. I am Division III champions, the boys.
There you go. The boys.
Name
There
one
you go.
sport.
Basketball.
Oh, fire up.
One
Broder-
played on the
Broder-
wrestling court.
In the chat, it's ironic to see Broder in there because he's sitting in the studio right now.
Hey.
I'm literally looking at him. But he's in the chat, too. He says, make Bush great again.
Interpret as you please.
Everybody had a term with Bush.
100%. The funny thing is that in college,
That was it.
oh
for
yeah,
me.
it was 100% it. Of course, because we were all kind of tools in college. The term Bush Latte, that was something that it wasn't made up by my friends in college, but it's something that became common vernacular. But now that I'm out of college, I can't tell you when's the last time I had a Bush Light. It's been forever.
A 30 rack was $12.99. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
you needed to know.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right up. What's that? I can't hear you.
Mike.
I can't hear you, Jesus. We got to tighten the game up
I
over there.
refuse to have a Busch Light. I think they're piss water.
It's not about how they taste. It's about getting 30 of them for $13.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, we were all broke in college. I mean, at least most of us were.
Yeah.
Here's okay. You know what? Let's do it. We got 3 minutes left to kill.
Top 6 fluids. Sweet woman love.
All right, let's do it right now then, Jesus. The Gen Z thing. That's a very
boy.
Gen Z
That is a Gen Z
response.
thing. Yeah.
I'm broke, stuff costs too much. I wouldn't drink Bush, it's piss water.
What would you grab?
What's the Gen Z beer right
I'd
now?
grab a Coors Light. I'd rather have
That's
Coors
the
Light.
same thing,
Yeah.
dude.
100%. And you're not getting a 30 rack of them for $13.99 or $14, whatever it is now. Was it $15.99 probably?
Probably, yeah.
You're not getting a 30. See, this is the problem with Gen Z.
I mean,
all right?
I guess the problem with Gen Z for you, with me, is that I don't care about the $2 more. Like, that's where, like, I
Then
can't.
don't complain that you're broke all the time
Yeah.
and don't bitch about how much
don't
stuff
complain
costs.
That $2 could grab you a Black and Mild and a Paccarellos, man. What are we
What are we
here?
doing
Yeah.
here? And you're getting 6 more beers. This is the disconnect I have, and I'm yelling at the clouds right now.
okay.
I admit this is my first old man moment. All right, and it took Jesus to bring it out.
My favorite moment in East Lansing history. Well, I can't say my favorite moment because I had a lot of great times, a lot of great
you did,
moments.
buddy.
But there was one moment. My friends don't believe me because I had all my boys up. We were partying at my house. I walked a couple blocks over to a different party in an apartment that these girls invited me to. I was there for a while, and I go to walk back. I have $5 to my name as of right now. Like my check didn't cash from the calf until the next week. I literally only have $5 to my name. I'm walking, and in front of the dance team house, the girls are selling 2 for $5 grilled cheeses. And I was like, it was like 2 a.m. I was like, this is a sign from God. And so I walk out there, beautiful dance girls. I was like, I would like 2 grilled cheese, please, with my last $5. Ate them both on the walk there. Didn't have any evidence to show my friends that it happened, but so they never believed me.
But here we are.
was a grilled
That's
cheese thing.
phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese at 2
Oh, it
a.m.
was
on a college campus.
Such a good idea. They're just sitting out in front of
that's
their
elite.
house, like with a little table. It said 2 for $5. I was like, yep. That's,
RM Dole 19, Coors, Bud, Bush, Miller Lite are all the same shit, and I love them all. So, all right, there it is. Ryan's reaction: people don't know how to budget. Woodward Sports chat thread.
Steve DeYoung saying this isn't your first Gen Z hating moment.
What are you talking about?
He's saying, here, I'll read it. This is your first at Neil Rule? Question mark?
Yes. Yes, it is. No, because I get it. Like, I understand. You're Gen Z, you're not wrong for a lot of the stuff you talk about. You're not. But on this one, you are.
Hey, I'll take that.
This
I'm
one you are.
definitely not the one to listen to.
See,
on
I do this
beer.
weird thing where I take everything at face value on a case-by-case basis and make my decision. I know that's weird. I don't have like a blanket automated response.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's because you're authentic.
Organic.
And shout out Kona Big Wave, my actual favorite beer.
Trippa.
There you go.
Trippa's the best beer in the game, and I can get 10 of them for $7.
So, all right. Brian, Neil has always been a finance guy. I mean, the cap hits for the different beers, we can discuss them.
We can discuss that.
Was Busch Light a great player? No, it was not a great player. Did he net you a positive return versus the investment to the performance?
You're damn right he did.
You know who Busch Light is right now? And this is really baseball geeky. He is the Jesse Winker to the Washington Nationals this season.
That's a good point to stop. All right, tell him about Dispo.
Hey, this summer, Dispo Dispensary is turning up the heat with amazing giveaways and exclusive offers. Enter for a chance to win a signed football jersey and helmet from your favorite sports team. Screenshot this image with the QR code, bring it into one of their locations to get scanned, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in store. Jesus Christ. This will automatically qualify you for the giveaway. Dispo Dispensary, visit today, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event
You
ever.
have to read
Get
that.
the best prices
Your
on our
mom?
huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
For shop.woodwardsports.com. This is the old graphic. It doesn't have the Boo Them Kids shirt, but the Boo Them Kids shirt is live. You need to go buy a Boo Them Kids shirt. Why would you not? It's what we do in Detroit. It's what we're founded on. Ask some people that used to be in this town that aren't in this town anymore. They'll tell you. That's what we do, Boo Them Kids. I mean, I guess, like, if you're into, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, etc., there's stuff there, too, that will wet your whistle. We have a golf line, too. But let's be real. Boo them kids. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday. Jump into that chat and get your thoughts out there. Blake Dina says, can we talk Tigers? All right, Blake, you can program the show. We'll talk Tigers right now. Hey, Cleveland, suck it.
Suck it.
Suck it, Cleveland. Suck it. And look, Flannel, we talked about this yesterday. You weren't here. But again, for me, I have a question about that whole Cleveland Guardians series. How the hell are they 22 games over 5? They suck.
No.
They
see,
suck.
They don't
They
suck.
suck.
No, they don't. See, that's where you're going a little bit too far. And as a Tigers fan, the audacity to say that Cleveland sucks, it's mind-boggling. Here's the reality. Maybe they're not a true World Series contender, but they do have 4 All-Stars. Maybe David Fry will turn out to be a fraudulent All-Star, but Jose Ramirez, man, we all know he's legit.
No, he's you know what they have? Yeah. Here's all they have that we don't have. They have Jose Ramirez, who took a discount because he likes living in Cleveland for some reason.
What's so cool about Cleveland?
I don't know. He took a hometown discount to stay there. And they have they have Clase, their closer.
That's not it, though.
That's it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Stephen Kwan's going to win the batting title. Is he a bum or something? Stephen Kwan is literally going to win the batting title.
I thought we don't care about that anymore. Help me.
No, but he also has the OPS and the on-base percentage numbers, and winning a batting title helps that. He has a high WAR as well. And then you've got a guy like Josh Naylor. And I get it. The reason that
Josh Naylor's Matt Stairs.
No, I mean, maybe he is, but here's the reality. One of the reasons that they're good.
I'm on one. I want you guys to know.
That's fair.
I'm on. I just got into my slot. I'm on one. All right,
one of the reasons that they're good is because, you expected Jose Ramirez. Everybody did. He's been a perennial all-star. He may end up in Cooperstown one day. But they've had guys like Stephen Kwan, who you didn't expect step up. You got a guy like a David Fry, who was on a torrid pace for a while, cooled off and went 0 in the Tigers series, but he still had a damn good season. But in the Tigers series, the Tigers pitching staff made him look like a bum. And Josh Naylor, he was okay for a couple of years, but he's really kind of come out of nowhere to be an all-star. For this team this season, whether or not Stephen Kwan and Josh Naylor and David Fry are sustainable or not, this version of the Guardians, they're going to win the division. Us as Tigers fans, it takes some nerve for a Tigers fan to say that the Guardians suck. I know we took 3 out of 4, and I'm happy as hell about that. But they're going to win the division. Of course I am.
No one has been more critical at this network of the Tigers than me.
Fair.
Nobody.
Fair.
Nobody. But no one puts in as much time in the Tigers as I do. But with all that being said, I still love it when they beat Cleveland.
Of course.
Because they terrorized us through the early 2000s. They legit won like 38 out of 40 games at one stretch. It was crazy. So I'm happy. In a vacuum, like, this is why I root for the Tigers, for moments like this. And since we're doing it right now, in Woodward Sports chat thread, Obi-Wan V, Natty Ice, $17, 30 brick, almost 6%, enough said. Exactly. Jesus, where are you at with the Natty Ice? You don't even know about it, do you?
I hate
mute your microphone for the next 4 minutes, all right? Mute your microphone.
See, that's my control today. So that will not be happening.
Get familiar with Natty Ice.
I can't do it. Like, I literally can't do it. Like,
How bougie. He's never been in the gutter.
That's what I'm saying.
His boots are clean. He's never trudged through the mud.
Yeah.
See, at that point, I'm drinking hard liquor before I'm drinking.
How do you feel about
even
R&R?
if I'm not in the mood for hard liquor.
How do you feel about R&R?
I don't know R&R.
Little Rich and Rare?
Okay, MD 2020, where you at with it?
I'd rather have, all right.
Some
I am
Black
familiar
Velvet?
with hams, though. I'd rather have hams than Natty Light and Bush Light. Is that valid?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's the same family.
It doesn't save you, but it's fair.
That's also our rookie beer for our hockey team. Shout out.
This is too funny to ignore. My mom sent me a text. She, quote, "All you younger generations are so fucking boring. Your Uncle Ken wired our garage while drinking a case of warm Blatz."
No, that's a real man right there.
And guess what? We haven't had an electrical issue in our garage in over 30 years.
Damn
so,
right.
you know, I'm just saying that. That is pretty funny, though. I did laugh about that. But Flannel.
Kyle said Jesus is living on Dad's boat drinking martinis.
He is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Chocolate martinis. Espresso martinis. No, but Flannel, here's the deal, though, with the Tigers. Because I've noticed this brewing, and I even see it in the chat, right? Like, we have somebody say, talk Tigers. So, you know, I'm an entertainer. I dance for you. We'll talk Tigers before we get in the nickel package. But I'm caught. Where should I be with this Tigers team right now?
Okay, so
I'm hearing other networks start talking about, well, the Dodgers are coming to town. What if you take 2 or 3? They are a betting favorite tonight.
Hell yeah.
The Tigers.
Shout out Three Scooble.
He's a minus 130 favorite. They're going up against John Paxton or whatever.
We're
That's
winning
smart.
this series, by the way.
Yeah. Easy guy.
All right. I have stats to back that up.
Okay, we'll get to it later. But Flannel, as far as it goes, where do you sit with the Tigers right now? And here's the reason I ask, because I'm like, I hear that they are 7-3 in their last 10, right? They've won 7 out of 8 or something like that. I look down, I'm like, okay, cool. I look down, they're still 13 games out of first. They're still 6 and 7 back of the wild card with 4 teams. Where do you sit?
Okay, so where I personally sit is it depends on what happens in the Dodgers series. But the good news is that this month of July has been low-key really, really important for the Detroit Tigers, no matter what side of the aisle that you land on. I'll give you the first one, the first scenario that I absolutely do not want to happen, but there's been some talk about it, and it's not completely unfounded. The Tigers took 3 out of 4 from the Guardians, and Tarek Skubal didn't pitch. If you're one of those people that says we should trade Tarek Skubal, that the haul that the Tigers could get back for Tarek Skubal would be worth what we would lose with him, you can point to this series and be like, hey, you had guys like Kiter Montero and Reese Olson completely make the Cleveland Guardians lineup look silly. A damn good lineup. And then, of course, Jack Flaherty, that's another discussion for another day. But also, if you're one of those guys that says this is a team that has enough, this is a team that could make a bit of a run, look at Colt Keith's numbers in June. A 1-point OPS over 1,200. Riley Green has an OPS over 1,000. Reese Olson, 2 wins. 2 wins for Reese Olson, by the way, which has been rare this season, but he's got them. 3.09 ERA. And Tarek Skubal, obviously doing what Tarek Skubal does, 2-0, 2.77 ERA, and he's obviously the Cy Young favorite. But even beyond that, if you're one of those guys who wants the Tigers to sell at the deadline. And by the way, that's probably the most likely scenario because they're still 7 games out of first place. Look what Jack Flaherty did yesterday. Jack Flaherty, coming off of that second back injection, gave you 6 innings with 1 earned run. A guy like Carson Kelly in the month of July is putting up a 979 OPS. And do you know a team that could use a Carson Kelly? The Cleveland Guardians. Bo Naylor and Austin Hedges are awful. At least they've shown that this year. And then even Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela has had a disappointing season. Nobody can deny that. But in the month
I would just say he's $1 million.
I understand that, but he needs to get that on-base percentage above 300. If that's something that he's done consistently in his career, and he hasn't done it this year. It's 296 right now.
Javi doesn't, and he's $25 million.
And if you want to say Gio Urshela is a good value player, that's well and good.
That's my point.
That's fair. But Gio Urshela in the month of July has put up an 853 OPS, and he's maybe turned into a guy that the Tigers could potentially flip. Have you seen the Seattle Mariners lineup? They could use a Gio Urshela in the worst way. They're still first place despite putting up for the whole season Detroit Tigers-like offensive numbers. I think with the Tigers' recent stretch, their offensive numbers are better because they pitch so well. I think they have the most quality starts in the entirety of MLB. But my point is that this month of July, no matter what you want, no matter if you want to go for it, if you want to trade Tarek Skubal, positive things have been happening. Positive things have been happening to increase maybe the interest of going on a pennant run. Positive things have happened to potentially get top 100 picks for some of those guys. And even Tarek Skubal, they won a 3 out of 4 series without him. It's been a hell of a month of July, and we might look back at this 11-game stretch and be like,
this is what turned the franchise.
Well, it's not what turned the franchise, but it's important. They were dead in the water. A lot of these guys were dead in the water. Gio Urshela was not really a trade piece. Honestly, he was less of a trade piece. This team was dead. They go and sweep. They win the last one in Los Angeles. They sweep Cincinnati, and they take 3 of 4 from Cleveland. That's phenomenal. Like, you can't poo-poo that.
Woodward Sports Chat there, Nick Lucido. I never liked Josh Naylor after his little baby taunt in the playoffs. Shout out Nick Lucido, by the way. He'll be running the Chevy display outside the Tiger statue at Comerica Park today. He works for Chevrolet. So
shout out.
He'll be a shout out, yeah. Hey, you mess with us, we mess with you.
It's facts.
I can't lie. I like that baby celebration. I can't lie. In the playoffs. That's
of course you do.
Pimp shit.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Don't like Bush. Love the baby. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I want to see bat flips. I want to see entertaining. I want to see people talking shit. That's what I want to see.
I do like bat flips. I'm not going to lie
Bat
to
flips
you.
are awesome.
They are pretty awesome.
Throwing at people's heads, not awesome.
No.
Nope.
Just a fan. This is interesting here. Tigers give everybody what they want. Both haters and Slappy should be happy. And that now, that's true.
That's my point. That's my point. It's amazing when you really look at it. The reality is that nobody expected the Tigers to take 3 out of 4 from the Guardians. My whole position after the sweep at Cincinnati was it kind of depends on what they do in this homestand, whether or not the sweep was meaningless or not. I said that I wanted the Tigers to take 4 out of 7 for them to even have a chance of dreaming. Now we're looking at the Dodgers don't have Tyler Glasnow. The Dodgers don't have Mookie Betts. Can the Tigers take 2 out of 3? Skubal's going tonight. There's no more Kenta Maeda in the starting rotation. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, would anybody in this room be falling out of their chair shocked if the Tigers took 2 out of 3 from this Mookie Betts and Tyler Glasnow-less Dodgers team?
Yes.
No, because I said that they're going to do it, and I believe that they're going to do it.
Yes, I would be shocked.
I would be shocked, too.
If they took 2 or 3, I would be shocked.
But what if they take 1 out of 2? Then that's still a 4-3 homestand. That's probably not enough for you to think about buying right now or even staying put.
See, like this, all right, let's get into that.
Okay.
We're up against a break.
Okay.
But see, like, here's the problem. People are going to really dictate the course of your franchise based on a 3-game set against the Dodgers. 27 innings of baseball. This is my thing with the Red Wings stuff that we talked about. 90 seconds of play by the Washington Capitals dictates how you feel about the franchise. You got to remove yourself from that, in my opinion.
But remember, the 90 seconds, it's not just about the 90 seconds. I know we're not talking about the Red Wings. It was the collapse, the 5-12-3 stretch that got them to where the 90 seconds mattered. With the Detroit Tigers, it's not about just this series against the Dodgers. It's about the sweep at Cincinnati. It's about taking the 3 out of 4 from Cleveland that got them in a position where these games are important. Again, it is far more likely that no matter what happens in this Dodgers series, that the Tigers are going to end up selling because the Red Sox all of a sudden are about 10 games over 500 and the Tigers are still 7 games out of the wild card spot. But still, they've been playing well. And it's given, I think, some Tigers fans permission, maybe implicit permission, to dream a little bit.
All right, we got to get into the nickel package. I do have to read this one, though, Rack. I love how Neil keeps just dismissing Jesus' comments. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. Exactly, Rack. Exactly.
It's true. You got to earn your stripes.
Spend more hamster. Neil, the Tigers are moving to the norm, back to 500.
Only got to win 66% of their games.
That's all they got to do, man.
Not to get to 500, though.
That's all.
Tigers are 3-7 coming into the series against the Tigers. They have a below an 800 OPS in the last 10 games. The Tigers have above an 850 OPS in the last 10 games.
Who'd they play?
7-3, and they have the momentum. That's
Cool.
why I think.
Who have they played the last 10 games?
The Reds and the Indians.
No,
the Guardians.
Yeah, well, the Tigers, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tigers.
No, the Dodgers. That's an honest question.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I will have it after the break.
But the reality is, whether you want to say that the Tigers have no chance or not, Mookie Betts and Tyler Glasnow being out creates a window of opportunity.
For sure.
If you have Shohei, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts, you're like, that's murderer's row. If it's just Shohei and Freddie Freeman,
PK?
okay, that was uncalled for.
All right, we got to get the nickel.
Wait,
We got to
you
get the
don't like
nickel
PK
packages
Hernandez?
rolling.
He's all right.
Phillies, Brewers, Diamondbacks, and the Giants.
Okay.
So a little bit of good, a little bit of mid.
Yeah.
We'll ride off with this because, Neil, not only are we winning the series, we're going to sweep these geeks. I only read it because you said geeks. I like Geeks pops me
Geeks is a
every
good one.
single time. The morning show pops me every single day as well,
Speaking
8
of
to 10
geeks.
a.m. Speaking of geeks, Kool-Aid, geek, Flannel Sam, geek, Broder, geek, KG, geek. JB Smooth's legit.
JB Smooth's
yeah,
cool,
he's the man, absolutely. But hey, there's a pretty big geek ratio. No, but 8 to 10 a.m. Wake up, Woodward, right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 sports network. Did you hear what I said? Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for DMAC. We got Justin the intern, Spencer Rackster, a.k.a. Broadcaster 6. Just a fan. Neil is all geeked up for the nickel package.
Geeks.
I am, so let's do one, as a matter, because I love this damn show. 100% goated. Let's get into it, Spenny. Lions nickel package. Let's come out of the gate strong.
Lions nickel
Let's go.
package.
First down.
First down, first question of the Lions nickel package. Can Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery both go for 1,500 all-purpose yards next year?
Spenny.
I mean,
Spenny.
hey.
That's 3,000 yards,
They were pretty
bro.
close this year.
No, they can't. Now, this is where I'm drawing. Hey, I'm as bricked up on the Lions as anybody. Okay? Flannel, come on.
1,500.
No, they cannot. Here's what I will say.
3,000 yards. Okay, Goff going to throw for $7,000 this year, huh?
Let's go.
I am personally guaranteeing, though, that Jahmyr Gibbs will.
I agree.
I would bet.
Oh, wow.
I would bet anything within reason that Jahmyr Gibbs will. I don't think David Montgomery will, because in this Lions offense, he's not enough of a passing game threat. He only had 117 receiving yards last year. Granted, he did miss 3 games, but I don't think he's going to be a big part of the passing game. I could see David Montgomery having about 1,050 yards on the ground and maybe $175 through the air, something like that. So Gibbs will, Monty won't, but they'll still be the best running back duo in the NFL.
It is mid-July, Spenny.
It is.
It's about that time.
Yeah, get him juice.
It's about that time for the Jared Goff 6,000 passing yards talk.
Hey.
I can't hate it, Spenny. I can't. All right, second down.
All right, second down. Amon-Ra St. Brown played with not only a torn oblique, which he sat out because it was completely off of his body at one point, but he played Monday Night Football against the Raiders with hand, foot, and mouth disease and went out there and balled. Your thoughts?
This dude is just flat out built different.
Mm-hmm.
His father created the perfect human being.
He really did.
He created the perfect human being. Like, there's no adversity that affects this man. No. There's no physical issues that affect this man. He's a beast, man. And this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, Spenny. Mm-hmm. Remember when I got killed by all the Vikings fans? When I was like, straight up right now, give me Amon-Ra over Justin Jefferson. Remember when I got killed for all that stuff?
I don't blame people for killing
No.
I'm just saying.
Do you honestly think that Justin Jefferson is going to play with the ailments that Amon-Ra St. Brown plays with, and hand, foot, and mouth disease goes for 100 bills with 6 catches.
6 catches, 108 yards.
Like, dude, he is cut different. I don't care what anybody. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown all day, every day. This guy's Detroit, man. He is Detroit.
For this Lions team, like I have there's Amon-Ra St. Brown is damn near the best thing you have. Arguably the best thing you do have, either him or Panay. And the reality is that I actually said this to Spenny in the back yesterday, and I mean this in the most complimentary way possible. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a sociopath. Amon-Ra St. Brown, even when you look back at footage from when he was 8 years old, he just had this intense look in his eyes. He looked like he had no life in them. And that has created, to me, what he has become on the football field, with remembering every person who was drafted before him, catching 202 balls from a jug machine after every single practice. And you mentioned it too. John Brown, his father, hell of a parenting job, and hell of a parenting job due to by the mother forcing the St. Brown kids to learn German, even when they didn't want to. They basically created what they wanted in their sons. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's going to go down as one of the greatest sports figures in Detroit Lions history, maybe the city of Detroit history.
No, this guy is built to be in Detroit. Yep. Built 100%. To be in Detroit. And I will take him 101 times out of 100 over Justin Jefferson. You can laugh at that all you want. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to wonder about Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is plug and play for the duration of that contract. He is plug and play.
I mean, Justin Jefferson did sign, though. I'll just say that. He's not holding out.
And a tangible to that conversation, too, is the complimentary piece that Amon-Ra is to Jared Goff. Jared Goff's perfect receiver is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I think that also plays a factor into why I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions than Justin Jefferson.
No, he's the toughest SOB in the National Football League. I mean, I don't know if I can confirm that there's not one person tougher than him, but there's not too many people that would play with all of those ailments. And of course, since he's smaller, has a smaller stature, and plays down the middle a lot more than other wide receivers, he's going to probably have to play with more ailments moving forward. But Amon-Ra St. Brown will do it. He'll play with stuff that should keep people out for multiple weeks. So shout out to him.
All right, third down.
All right, third down, third question of the nickel package. Who starts at nickel for this team?
It's iffy. He came on, man.
No, for sure. Would you say nickel and slot are kind of synonymous to this conversation? Brian Branch. I would say Brian Branch.
You don't think they're putting him at safety?
Here's the thing about Brian Branch, and this is where he showed me something last year, and I know it moving forward. I'm not saying that he's better than these guys, but he had a lower passer rating allowed, primarily from the slot corner position, than Teron Johnson from Buffalo and Trent McDuffie from Kansas City. What did those two guys have in common? They were the all-pro slot corners, and Brian Branch beat him in passer rating allowed. To me, at the beginning of the season, and this can change, this is a very fluid, I would say, cornerback room outside of a guy like Carlton Davis, who's obviously going to be your cornerback one. At the beginning of the year, I would probably say Brian Branch at the slot and Amik Robertson at CB2. But as time goes on, maybe you move Branch to safety, maybe you put Terrion Arnold at CB2, maybe you put Amik. There is such a diverse set of skill sets within this cornerback room that there might be different lineups every week.
To me, Branch is like a non-negotiable. Like when you say nickel, I always think of like obvious passing situation. Who's a cat you're bringing in? Like to me, Branch is out there.
That's fair.
Any second Branch can be out there. He's got to be out there.
That's fair.
So like to me, what a nickel means is the iffy situation. Like you're bringing him in as
extra defensive
that
back.
extra defensive back. Like guys, Iffy is one of those dudes, man, where people clowned him, and he improved and improved and improved. And I think for the Lions to get to where they want to go, you'll laugh at this, but you and I have different theories on this. Like when we talked about the Denver Nuggets, to me, like Jokic is a non-negotiable, right? You have to have a Jokic to get into the club, as I've said before.
100%.
Jamal Murray is the luxury. Like he's a guy that talks to the girls and all that kind of stuff. To me, Iffy is the one that pulls the girls once they get in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be huge this year. He is going to make big plays, and everyone's going to go crazy about it. Mark that down because it is. It's going to be that situation. Fourth down.
Fourth down. Can Jack Campbell make the leap next year?
What's the leap mean to you, Flannel?
120, 110, 115 tackles.
Oh, well, yeah, certainly. If that's the leap, I think he's going to do it. No question about it. My expectation of the leap is that by the end of the season, you have very little doubt of who the best overall linebacker on the team is. You have and another thing that Jack Campbell has to do too, which will help create him being the best linebacker on the team, he's got to improve in coverage. I don't think he's going to ever be a great coverage linebacker, but he was very good against the run for the most part this season. But against the pass, when he's guarding running backs or, God forbid, tight ends one-on-one, which we hope never happens this year, he struggled some. But he was a rookie, and maybe it was just a position where coming in as a rookie is tough. I expect him to be better. The leap, I guess that's up to people's interpretation.
It's just like given the nature where he is, like a week, like the leap, there has to be sexiness for people to say that there was a leap. The off-ball line, that's like a grinder spot, dude. You just show up and you get your 115 tackles, and if maybe you get lucky, maybe you pick off 3 passes, a ball bounces your way, you take one of them back for a touchdown, then everyone will say, yeah, you made the leap and stuff like that. It's just like forecasting that. I'm not in that business.
Okay.
I think, and there's nothing wrong with this. Like, I know this is how we're programmed now. There's nothing wrong with Jack Campbell being that dude that just goes out there and gets you 120 tackles every year, and it's not sexy.
Of course.
There's nothing wrong with that. And that would even be a very, very good first-round pick, everybody, given where he was taken. If you roll out and you get an 8-year starter, when a draft started, somebody said, hey, here's an 8-year starter at linebacker that will get you triple-digit tackles every year, teams will fall over themselves to get that.
100%.
So, take a leap. I don't know if he's going to, take a leap in today's day and age to today's, standards and things like that. But what I do know is this. He is trending towards being one of those guys that you put him out there and you forget he's there.
Sure.
And that's a good thing.
Ryan in the chat actually said he's our AJ Hawk. I don't hate that. If he becomes AJ Hawk, that would be a perfectly worthwhile draft pick.
And Neil, I don't know. I think that's pretty sexy to me.
Sure.
Personally. 8-year starter at middle linebacker?
Yep.
No, 100%. Yep. But if it's not filled with highlight reel plays.
It's not Bobby Wagner.
Oh, he was a first-round pick. I need, no, it's not, it's not that. All right, fifth down.
Fifth down, fifth question of the nickel package. Who finishes with more sacks, Davenport or Houston?
Houston's got to do it to get paid, man.
That's a great point. See, I'm going to go with Houston as well. And one of the reasons is because Houston, obviously, he showed that amazing flashback in 2022. With Houston, I look at him as somebody who just had one bad injury that kept him out for most of last year. With Davenport, you can almost pencil in that he's probably going to play 12 games or less at most. So give me Houston, and I also think he's going to be more of a specialist, whereas Marcus Davenport, as Spenny has said, and I agree with this 100%, if you can have like an amalgamation of Marcus Davenport and James Houston as your opposite defensive end to Hutch, you're doing all right. But I think sacks, just purely sacks, give me James Houston.
All right, tell them about Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. A place where you should definitely go if you want to get the best haircut, no doubt. I got a haircut from there pretty recently, and I am pretty satisfied no matter what you guys say in the chat. Go there, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. They've got the precision haircuts, hot towel neck shave, pretty much anything you could possibly want. The stylists are great. They do be up every time. Great. Neil Rule always gets his haircut from there. Spenmo Rax got those long lion-like locks chopped off, the mane chopped off from Lady Jane. So why wouldn't you guys want to go? Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than Pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than Pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than Pets?
Nobody!
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. Jesus in for KG. Spencer Raxter, a.k.a. Broadcaster 6.
Spit bars on the intro, too.
There he is.
Yep.
He's a star, everybody. It's a Netflix star.
5-tool player.
5-tool guy. There is no weakness to his game.
Nope.
No weakness to his game. It is a nickel package Friday. It's a bourbon Friday. Shout out to the folks at Shankar Distilleries for the bottle of Varchaz. Barrel proof, single barrel, by the way, just the way that I like it. And it's just the way that I like it. And it's just the way that Flannel likes it. And it's just the way that Broadcaster 6 likes it. And, of course, Jesus as well.
It slaps.
Yep.
Very good.
They're having their grand opening of their distillery, tasting room, and all that stuff. They're not a sponsor or anything. They're just fans of the show. So we're fans of them. That's the way it works.
And y'all should be fans of them, too. Pull up to that
Pull
opening.
up. Chicago Road, not too far from here. But anyway, so we're doing the nickel package here today. We just did the Lions. We're going to do college football, and then we're going to the NFL. That's how we're doing it and rolling into hour number 2. We're not that far away from college football. I don't think we realize that.
43 days away from college football.
That's
Week
it.
0, baby.
Week 0.
Georgia Tech versus Florida State. Let's go.
Actually, yeah.
DJU.
DJU, shout out.
He is still around,
He's
dude.
kicking, man. He's ready
Hey,
to go.
I'm on the hype train, too.
I know you are.
Hey, I fell for it last year. Jesus, don't let it happen.
I was on the hype train last year, and he didn't disappoint. I mean, he hit right on the expectations of what I had for Oregon State. So
I'd
All
say
right.
he disappointed a little bit.
Dennis Martinez.
That's enough DJU talk, all right? You got to do something at some point. Let's do the nickel package, college football edition. It's not that far away.
First question of the college football nickel package. Is Deion Sanders working at Colorado?
Because I hear people going back and forth, like Sam Flannel, like, if you don't say anything other than yes, then you're an idiot.
Well,
Sorry.
then call me an idiot.
You
because
are an idiot. How is he not? How is he not?
Okay, do you want me to tell you how he's not?
Yes, I do, because I can't wait to
And by
hear
the way,
this.
this isn't going to be a short segment, by the way, so sorry about that. Deion Sanders, you certainly can't say that it's working yet. And the problem that I have with the Colorado truthers all over the world is all of you guys want to have it both ways in the worst way possible. Remember at the beginning of the season, remember when national broadcasters like Chris Broussard said that they would go in and beat Oregon? Remember when Skip Bayless said that they should give it a $100 million contract to Deion Sanders? Remember when he said just recently that he should go coach the Dallas Cowboys? Remember when Keyshawn Johnson said that they were going to win 9 games? Remember when I was doing the show with Jeff Iafredi when they were, I think, they were either 3-0 or 3-1 and just lost to Oregon, and he said 7-8 wins, and I was kind of like, I don't know, 5 or 6, and people murdered me for it. Remember when our old buddy Parker Brown said that they were going to the college football playoff, and when it all played out the way that it did, and they won 4 games,
Right.
people completely changed their tune
which
to.
was a 4,000% increase from their previous season.
But
See, this is what you're missing. You're letting people who are in the business of making outlandish claims and saying dumb shit dictate your opinion on it. Flannel, is he working? At Colorado, he is working. They were one of the worst college football programs of all time prior to his arrival. What was their season? The season before he got there, what were they?
You know what?
What were they?
One win.
One win.
Hold on. But over the course of even the last 10 years, even when they have been a bad program, Carl Durrell got him to 4 wins 2 times. Carl Durrell got him to a winning record in the COVID year. Mike McIntyre got them to a 10-win season in 2016. Okay. Mel Tucker got them to a 5-win team. Are they gonna get all the praise? Are they gonna go on into their press conference and act like a clown like Deion Sanders did and say, you didn't believe after beating a TCU team on the road that turned out to be not a bowl team? It was a win that aged, I would say, poorer than it seemed at the time. That's the stuff that drives me crazy. And here's one more thing. Obviously, they've got Shedeur Sanders, they've got Travis Hunter, they've got Shiloh Sanders. 2 of them are going to be first-round picks. Shiloh Sanders will probably be an NFL player. I think after that, this season they might be a little bit better, especially with them not going to the Big Ten than being in an easier conference. But they're not recruiting. They're not recruiting well. They are banking 100% on the transfer portal. 100%. And you can't do that.
Why?
Because look at the best teams last year. Look at the no, wait. You think I don't have an answer? Do you think I'm just not going to give an answer? Look at...
No, because Shad says it best right now. Sam said all that out of hate, not out of knowledge.
No, I am saying out of knowledge. Look at last season. Look at the teams in the college football playoff. Look at Washington. Obviously, they had a transfer portal quarterback in Michael Penix Jr., and they had a transfer portal wide receiver in Jalen Polk.
And it changed their entire program's trajectory.
Do you know what else changed the entire program's trajectory?
Michael Penix at the quarterback spot.
Rome Odunze.
Michael Penix at the quarterback
Okay,
spot.
but Shedeur Sanders, they won 4 games last year, and for the record, they might not win that many next year because they're not recruiting at a high level. Rome Odunze was a recruit. Troy Fautanu was a recruit. Roger Rosengarten was a recruit. Braylon Trice was a recruit. Jalen McMillan was a recruit. You know another team that I can give the exact same example? Texas. Quinn Ewers, obviously phenomenal transfer portal quarterback, had a great season, came from Ohio State. And then A.D. Mitchell, who became Adonai Mitchell. He came from Georgia. Obviously, those are great transfer portal pickups. Byron Murphy was a recruit. Tavondre Sweat was a recruit.
All right, we get
Jonathan
it.
Brooks
Land
was a
the plane.
Tavion Sanders was a recruit.
No one cares about these names.
Xavier
Land the
Worthy
plane.
was a recruit.
Land the plane.
You can't just like... I'm going to make my points. I'm just giving facts. You say what you think. I tell you what you know.
Okay.
You need a recruiting
where
base.
did I hear that before?
You need a recruiting base. You can't just rely 100% on the transfer portal when it's not... Like, they're recruiting terribly. I mean, last season, Colorado, they had no offensive line. Their defense was awful. They were undisciplined. They were the number one most penalized team in the Power 5. And I think one of the reasons why is because you need a recruiting class. You can't do it all on the transfer portal. You need people, especially in college football.
They won 1 game. 1 game the year before he got there. 1
Okay, but
game.
they had won 4 or 5 winning record in COVID the year
that
before.
That doesn't impact him.
Carl Durrell.
That has no impact on him.
Yes, it does.
He showed up, they won 1 game. 1 game. And then they were the most talked about team in college football. So, yes, it's working.
But it was all hype, no substance. It was no substance.
Matter.
It was no substance. They blew a 29-0 halftime lead to that rat-ass 3-win Stanford team. They made Alec Ayamanor look like Alec Moss or Randy Ayamanor.
And they also beat TCU, who punked Michigan in the playoff the year before.
It was a very different TCU team. It was a team that didn't even
the same program, Flannel.
But they didn't even make a bowl game. They didn't make a bowl game last year. They were a losing
coming off
team.
a 1-win season. All right, we got to keep it pushing here.
Okay,
we got to remain timely, okay?
We're going to agree to disagree on this one.
Because also, too, I have to read these because these are funny. Bada bing, bada boom. You know who else isn't recruiting right now? Army. And we're still kicking ass and taking name, nerds.
Okay.
So there's that as well.
Colorado doesn't want to be Army football. I'll just say
no,
that.
he's talking about the literal Army.
Okay. Well, yeah of course. Yeah.
All right, second down.
I think we should go to break. And then do the rest after that.
All right, let's do that.
I knew that would happen.
All right, whatever you guys want. All right, we got through one down. Tell them about Swiss Insurance.
Absolutely. Swiss Insurance. Now more than ever, it is critical for you
No geeks at Swiss Insurance
to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 or go to their website at swissins.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girl Clubs of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained. All coaches are certified. All coaches undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, transportation, all included for a chance to play for a spot in a championship game at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. All right, pulling up hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Got to do a better job of getting on the clock here, but we will. It's a nickel package Friday. It's a bourbon Friday. Shout out Shankar Distilleries with the bottle of Varchaz barrel-proof single barrel. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. We have intern Justin. We have Spencer Raxter. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts in there as well. And we're doing it up, everybody. And we tried to sneak a college football nickel package in before the break, and we got through first down. So, that's the way it be sometimes. All right, let's go. Second down, college football.
Real quick, before you get into that. So when do I graduate from intern Justin? Because I am technically no longer an intern.
Until we get new interns.
Okay, that's fair. I was just curious because I'm genuinely curious. I don't know. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Second down.
I know you desperately need my permission, Neil.
Second down. Next question of the nickel package. Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon got arrested for a DUI. Wild. Mike Gundy says he's not going to punish him. Gordon led the nation in rushing last year, and Gundy said, "I have probably done that 1,000 times in my life." Do you agree with Mike Gundy?
Yeah. You know what, too? There was another quote from Mike Gundy that I thought was electric, and no one's talked about it. He talked about being in the business space now. We're in a business space. His job is to win football games. His job is not to be a judge. His job is not to be the moral police. His job is to win football games. And Ollie Gordon provides him with the best opportunity to win football games. Period. End of story, Flannel. So, yeah, I wouldn't have punished him either. If I'm just being real, I wouldn't have punished him either. Sorry, man. Sorry.
No. The reality is that it's win at all costs. As a Michigan fan, I understand that more than anybody. And Ollie Gordon, if he's going to get punished, it's going to be in the court of law. I wish Mike Gundy wouldn't have said I've done that 1,000 times, but that's neither here nor there. The reality is that Ollie Gordon is the best running back in the country.
And he was last year.
Period.
He was even better than Blake Corum.
Absolutely. 100%. He might have been better than Kenneth Walker, but that's neither here nor there. But no, for real. Ollie Gordon is the best running back in the country, and if Oklahoma State is going to reach their season goals, he's got to play 100%. So it's up to the court of laws to decide if Ollie Gordon should receive a punishment, which he probably will. But win at all costs, baby. Just win.
And that's where we are right now. He said it. I'm running a business now, and he's right. And you don't get to have it. You guys know I'm big on this, right? Like the Caitlin Clark salary thing. So then she gets the deal from Nike, right? And gets paid. You don't get to have it both ways. You can't say, why isn't she making as much? And then when she does, wonder why the shoes are $175.
Fair.
That's the way that it is. Mike Gundy's running a business. I love that he said this. For real, I do. I don't love his hair, but I love that he said this.
Just for Maz.
Yes. Ryan's reaction. Didn't Jesus get Kool-Aid's coffee this morning? That makes you an intern. I can't speak to that.
That is true.
Ryan, Gundy talks like just a regular guy. DNCENT, Gundy said he would punish him. 50 carries in week 1. I did see that
Probably
one
don't want to
as
do that
well.
either, honestly. But, hey, he's one of the best players in all of college football.
I commend you, Flannel, because you didn't fall for the trap that I set.
I know the trap.
You set him up so hard. I was hoping that he said yes so that we could get into it because that would be loud.
You get guys arrested for gun possession
Fair.
on the way to the airport, and they're still on the plane.
And you said that you would have done the same thing.
100% I would have.
All right.
Because I don't live in an illusion.
Fair.
I live in the real world.
That's fair.
But congrats to you, Flannel.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Third down.
Third down, third question of the nickel package. Georgia had 2 players arrested for reckless driving, including star linebacker Samel Mondin Jr. What do you think will happen?
Nothing. A guy died, and nothing happened.
That's true.
They've lost 1 game in 3 years.
Yep.
No one cares. This is a business. It's a business. That whole the student athlete stuff and programs built on integrity, that shit's out the window. What corporations what corporations built on integrity?
Can't think of one. Can't think of one off the top of my head. But yeah, Georgia. Honestly, if Georgia, they probably feel like they were actually the best team in the country last year and just didn't get a chance to play in the college football playoff. Probably let one slip away. So they want all hands on deck to get there a third and 4 years.
Still wild to me they didn't get in the playoff. They lost a game in 3 years to Alabama.
It was a good year though. There were a lot of good teams. There were deserving teams that didn't make it. So yeah, it's just
that is wild to me.
4 is too little, 12 is too much. About the playoff.
Oh, about the college football playoff.
Yeah. 4 is too little, 12 is too much.
We'll see.
I'm cool with 12.
We'll see. We'll see how. I can't wait to watch.
You're going to be cool with 12 when teams like Penn State make it, who don't even remotely deserve
Penn State.
They probably aren't going to make it.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
They're going to get blown out by whoever they play in the first round.
We'll see.
Have a good time.
We'll see.
No. Don't even. All right, Flannel. Don't be a Drew Aller stan now. That dude proved that he could do nothing last year. Absolutely nothing.
I know.
Drew Aller's an NFL
and everyone
quarterback.
was like, "Oh, Drew Aller is an NFL quarterback. Oh my God."
He is an NFL quarterback.
Jesus,
he's the best.
You're no longer an intern. You're a staff member now. There you go. Just on your Drew Aller
take. He's the best quarterback they've had in probably over a decade.
Yeah, that's not saying
Trace
much.
McSorley.
Oh, Trace McSorley's not better than Drew Aller. Get the F. Okay, anywho.
He had a better season. Don't give me that, Flannel. He had a better season. The argument is there.
Trace McSorley's playing a different position in the NFL. He's not even playing.
DNCENT.
Drew Aller will make the NFL, so who gives a shit?
DNCENT. You're not in jail. Go win games. Can't say it better. All right, next down.
All right, final question of the college football nickel package. Oh, yeah, fourth down. Sorry. With the game added to the college football playoff games, do you think there will be a decline? Oh, wait, that's sports media.
Yeah.
Can Notre Dame win the Natty?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they can. And here's why. See, Jesus, you're young. You're young right now. And let me explain something to you so you can understand.
Okay.
College sports are a schedule game. You've heard me say this before.
Yep.
Right, Flannel?
Yep.
Ask Michigan. You know. 100%. College sports are a schedule game. And Notre Dame has the Michigan, not quite as simple as Michigan's schedule last year, but it's in the subdivision. It's on the street.
I think it probably is, honestly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't have an opponent as tough as Ohio State, but they do play USC on the road. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here? Like that's all it takes. It doesn't take having the best team. It just takes having the right schedule to get you in. Notre Dame's in the playoff, everybody.
Yes.
They are.
There is no point for Notre Dame to play the season. They are in the playoff. It is a scheduled game. Now, look, Texas A&M, we're tired of hearing about that one, right?
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, it's a tough environment to go into, no doubt. But then you got Northern Illinois, Purdue, Miami of Ohio, Louisville, Stanford, Georgia Tech, Navy, Florida State, but they're at home for that one, Virginia, Army at Yankee Stadium, and at USC.
They're playing at Yankee Stadium?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
If the schedule lines up, I'm there, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm there because I love America, unlike Flannel. But anyway, the Flannel, getting back on track here. The moral of the story is this. College athletics are a schedule game. They got the schedule to do it.
I don't think that they'll win the national championship. I think what's probably the right road for Notre Dame, what I think is going to happen, they'll probably get in and maybe win one. Hell, if they go undefeated, they'll probably get a top 4 seed. Or if they get a bye, I think they'll lose their first game.
You have to
if
win
they
your
don't,
conference to be a top 4 seed.
Oh, is that for real? So Notre Dame just can't get one. All right, well then that's all well and good. I think they'll make the playoff. They'll win one game.
Nope, they'll lose first round.
They do have, though, and this is one thing that I checked before the show, and the PFF Big Board, they have 7 of the top 105 players going into the 2025 NFL Draft. They've got a lot of talent, and they've got a transfer quarterback, Riley Leonard from Duke. If he turns into Brady Quinn, which I'm not saying he will, but if he does, they got a free roll. They're in. I don't think they'll win, but they will make it. That's a guarantee from me, for
Dante
sure.
151. I do like Notre Dame's defense, and that's where I'm at with it, Dante 151.
Their defense is nasty.
Low
but
key.
If they play someone like Ole Miss, Georgia, most of the teams in the Big Ten, honestly, that make it, Ohio State, if Michigan makes it, I don't see them winning their first round matchup. Like, this is a team that constantly chokes in the playoff. They always get ran in the first round. So until I see otherwise, and I get it, they have Riley Leonard now, who's a very good college quarterback. I just don't see it. I think that they're first round exit in the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs.
You're just being a hater.
All right, whatever.
That's what I was told.
I really don't care.
All right, fifth down.
Fifth down, fifth question of the nickel package. How do you guys feel about those West Coast Big Ten teams?
I still don't. I haven't
weird.
accepted.
Middle
Is it weird?
fingers up.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to know, Spenny.
It's
like
weird.
It's weird. It's like it's still not happening yet.
And you know what's even more weird? Stanford's in the ACC.
Oh, my God. It's brutal.
Did you guys see the stat that
weird.
Cal in the ACC
Cal too, yeah.
will travel 24,000 miles, which is the circumference of Earth?
That's unbelievable. And you know, I've been consistent about this. In a perfect world, I'm going to miss the whole Big Ten, Pac-10 thing because I'm a bit of a traditionalist. But as I've also said, too, that Michigan-Oregon game at the Big House is going to be absolutely electric. And I can't wait for that, especially coming off a national championship. I'll be able to enjoy games a little bit more. It's going to be cool. It's going to be more big games at home than we've had in many years.
Woodward Sports chat thread, bada bing, bada boom. I hate it. Just a fan. It's super weird. Pete Smith, I see we're in the, quote, it's Notre Dame's year part of the college football offseason. There are checkpoints of the college football offseason. I'll give you that. It's weird, though, because, like, the Penn State one doesn't come into play until, like, week 2. After they, decimate Akron or whatever. You know, that's usually...
But Sam Flannel loves Penn State.
I don't love Penn State.
Yes, you do.
They're making the playoff, though. They're making the college football playoff.
They might, but they'll get ran.
They probably will.
Are you going to claim that Drew Aller will be a top 10 Heisman candidate this year?
No. But he's going to be he's going to be a
15,
first or second round.
I don't think top 10's too crazy.
People act like Drew Aller is. You might as well throw him in the trash.
He's a bum.
He's going to be a top 10 pick and not even be, or a first or second round pick and not even be top 10 in the Heisman? That doesn't even make any sense.
How many times was Drew Aller the best quarterback in the stadium last year?
That's a good question. He wasn't even in the Michigan State game.
I would say, shut the F up with that. STFU with that one. Stop it. I would say every game except for 2.
Which 2?
You know what? Every game except for maybe 1, honestly. Except, wait, who did Penn State play in the bowl? That's the
Jackson Dart.
Okay, so Jackson Dart and J.J. McCarthy. I think he's better than Kyle McCord.
Dart for Heisman.
So yeah, probably most games. but definitely not Jackson Dart and J.J. McCarthy. He's a good quarterback,
How
though.
about like 6 games?
He's better than Sean Clifford.
Is he better than Mark White?
No.
Nobody's better than Mark White. That's for sure.
That is a great transition
Because
by you.
Dreaming of buying a new home but feeling the financial pinch, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. And look, we're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. But guess what? It doesn't matter what kind of branded car you're looking for. Ford, Kia, Chevy, they got you covered. It does not matter. Go to feldmanauto.com, find the car you want, start the buying process already. And don't forget about their service department. Also, in-out, seamless experience, the Feldman Advantage, the cleanest car buying program in the world. Sam Flannel knows. He bought a car, said he couldn't believe it. 3 hours, flag to flag for the NASCAR folks out there. It's feldmanauto.com. All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Shout out Shankar Distilleries for sending us a bottle of the Varchaz barrel proof, single barrel. We're doing it here, and it's a lot of fun. It's time. It's second hour. It's time for the second one. I think that's fair.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it is a Nickel Package Friday. We are getting it in. It's been a heavy football flavor, as a matter of fact. Let's keep it pushing, shall we? Little NFL nickel package?
Yes. For sure. Sorry, I'm trying to do something real quick.
Are you doing something for E&E?
No, for the YouTube account. But, okay, first question of the NFL nickel package. The Athletic says the Bengals are the most underrated team. Are we getting tired of hearing how great the Bengals are?
I'm starting to get to that point, Flannel. Like, you can't do it every single year and then say, well, this guy got hurt. Well, that guy got hurt. And we're already seeing cracks in the foundation of their roster. And I'm not saying it's over, and I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm saying I'm tired of hearing about it. Like, I need to see more before I get on the level of all this love for them.
See, I think you've seen enough. And I'm not even a Bengals or Joe Burrow fan. I think he's an overrated playoff quarterback. But the reality is that in his two healthy seasons, in 2021 and 2022, he threw 34 and 35 touchdown passes respectfully.
Yeah.
And they made the Super Bowl in 2021. And in the 2022 season, in the 2023 playoffs, they lost at Arrowhead by 3 points. There's no shame in that. And last year, Joe Burrow got hurt. And all of us say that if your starting quarterback goes down, you're effed. So I think that they've done enough for people to have faith in them. They had 1 year without Joe Burrow when they weren't great, and people are ready. You're ready to just throw them in the trash. I think that's a little bit too preemptive.
When did I say that? When did I say, like, this whole love fest for the Bengals that, every single year it's the same thing. And then every single year I'm like, oh, Joe Burrow's got a calf strain. He's going to be out a couple of weeks. Okay. Like, at some point. And then I'm hearing, too, like, from a personnel perspective, the cracks are starting to show. The T. Higgins thing and all that kind of stuff. Like, Flannel, that's all I'm saying, man.
Okay.
Like, this whole love fest and anointing them as next, at some point, dude, you got to, like, go do it.
But they made the Super Bowl and AFC Championship in 2 back-to-back years, and they had 1 year where their quarterback was hurt for the majority of the season. That's an okay trajectory. And I'm not even a Bengals guy. Trust me. If I'm saying it, then it's true.
Oh, okay. Spend more hamster. Neil, what do you have as a chaser? The bourbon. The bourbon is the chaser, everybody. Mike Neil's getting hammered. Sam is getting a contact buzz. No, it's going to take more than this, everybody.
I got some left still.
Yeah. It's going to take more than that, right, Spenny?
Yes, sir.
We're too deep in the streets. Second down. Oh, wait a minute. DNC&T, the Bengals made the Super Bowl going 10-7. They were never world beaters. I mean, DNC&T, you ain't wrong. You're factually correct.
A Lions fan poo-pooing a Super Bowl
no.
That's real cute. That's real cute.
Why are you bringing up stuff that's not germane to the discussion?
Yeah, like, let's just poo-poo
We're talking about the Bengals.
A regular season where they made the Super Bowl. Like that's just such, like uppity Lions bullshit right there. Like, stop it. They made a damn Super Bowl.
I would like to make a Super Bowl.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, stop that shit.
All right, next question. Do we overvalue the Ravens?
This is very similar to the Bengals thing with me, and I'm a Lamar guy. I said that. Remember when we were talking about the Lamar Jackson contract situation, and I told you guys that's how it's going to go in the end because there's no other alternative for the Ravens? That is still true, and I still understand it. But I am also saying at the same time, like, at some point, you got to go do it.
To me, it's not about the Ravens because the Ravens are going to be there every single year. It's about the fact that Lamar Jackson is an absolutely horrendous playoff quarterback, and I don't even think he gets enough flack for that. Let me give you these numbers real quick.
He gets flack over here, that's for sure.
No, I know, but nationally, he doesn't get enough flack. His completion percentage from regular season to postseason goes down by 8 percentage points. His passer rating goes down by 22 points, and his touchdown to interception ratio from regular season to postseason goes from 2.8 to 1 to 1 to 1. Lamar Jackson is, in terms of great quarterbacks, in terms of quarterbacks who consistently win in the regular season and get MVPs, he is basically early career Peyton Manning, but worse. He is a morbid playoff quarterback. Morbid. And Korean Jesus, I know you appreciate that.
I do. No one is harder on Lamar in the playoffs than I am. I had every single one of my roommates tell me that they were going to beat the Chiefs, and I was like, yeah, good luck with that. When Patrick Mahomes drops his absolute nuts on you and then the defense gets 3 turnovers from Lamar, not a good recipe to win playoff games.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Like, it's fair. And I'm a Lamar guy.
Yep.
Like, I like Lamar. But he's to this exit on the highway now where it's time to take that step.
Are you thinking about getting off the highway right now?
Am I thinking about it? No, not yet. But he is at the point. I think Lamar is at the Lions' point right now. He's a little further down the road than the Lions are. But and we need to get comfortable with this. Like, the Lions are in that spot right now where it's only the Super Bowl. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean,
it's only the Super Bowl.
Like, if Lamar wins another MVP, it's just going to be like, cute. Do it in the playoffs. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
like, that's
what I said this year.
That's the chair he has in the game right now. And that's fair. And as a Lamar guy, that's 100% fair.
Yes.
So that's it. Next down.
Next question of the nickel package.
Spenny, do you want me to start reading the questions so that
you
can...
Hey, Flannel.
Yeah.
You going to fail for the Jets again? Are you going to fall for the Jets again?
I'm not going to answer that question anymore because you ask it every single time, and I gave you the same answer, and you don't listen. So you already know how I feel about the Jets. I think they're going to the playoffs. And that's just where I'm going to end it right now. I'm not going to give my reasoning because I've made it very, very clear over space and time that I think their roster and their defense is absolutely elite, and their draft class and their free agency class was very, very good. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Tyrod Taylor, they are making the playoffs. I even gave...
So the answer is yes, you're falling for it again. Okay?
Okay, fine. If that's what you want to say.
See...
It's like the Big Ten West Coast team thing to me. I always have to randomly check in and see where everybody's at with it, just to make sure that you're still there. And you're still there. Okay, man.
Okay. Yeah, I still am. If you want me to answer the question, I am pro the Jets making the playoffs.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that they're going to make the playoffs. I will back up Flannel and say that he is in a better position due to the Bills' regression this year that I believe is going to happen. So I will say, Flannel, you're competing with Miami, and Miami's proven that they can't necessarily win down the stretch. So I'll give you that, but I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs.
You know what else? Buffalo's not regressing. The Dolphins are the ones that won't make the playoffs. Just a drink on that real quick.
All right, next question on the nickel package. Neil in Broadcaster 6 told you about the Texans before it happened last year. Okay, tough guys, do it again. Who you got?
Man, people are getting aggressive with this, Spenny. They just keep going to us with this. Dance for us, clown. All right, Broadcaster 6, here's where I am with that, since they asked a question of us. Arizona Cardinals. Now, do they pack the gear to win that division? No, they're not. They don't have a similar setup to the Texans, where they're in kind of that shitty division. You know, they have the 49ers in there. They have the Rams in there. But I will say this. I don't know what the number is, and Jesus, maybe this is something for you. The Cardinals to make the playoffs next year, because the division's off the table. But if you give me 4-1, i.e. what the Texans were to win the division last year, if you give me 4-1, I would take it, because the Cardinals have run the playbook. Massive amount of draft picks, influx of new talent across the board. It's the formula, Flannel. It's the formula to change quickly.
I disagree with you, but I will give you this too. Kyler Murray is better than people say. I'll just say that. Kyler Murray's a good quarterback.
That was going to be my comeback to it, too. Like, I know he's a punchline and everything like that, but you can do worse in this league at the quarterback spot than Kyler Murray.
Oh, people act like he's just this horrible bust or something, or he's Ryan Leaf, and that's just lunacy. He's a good quarterback. My choice is the Los Angeles Chargers. I think, first off, replacing Brandon Staley with Jim Harbaugh, who then brought over Jesse Minter, is big. Talking about playoffs. Not winning that division over the Chiefs, but making the playoffs, especially since I'm not very high on the Raiders or the Broncos. I like what they did in the draft. I like what they did with Joe Alt giving you bookend tackles. Ladd McConkey, I think, was a nice piece for Justin Herbert to work with. Junior Colson, Justin Aboigbe. I'm talking about filling needs. And then at the receiver position, I know they've lost a lot, but Joshua Palmer, DJ Chark, and Ladd McConkey, you could do worse. I'm just saying you could do worse. And, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, if one of them can stay healthy at the running back. And then, of course, defensively, you still got Mack, Bosa, Derwin James, and Asante Samuel.
Hey, Broadcaster 6.
Yeah.
Leave it to Flannel to choose the plus 110 team to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You and I, do you vibe with me on the Cardinals at all?
I like the Cardinals. I do. The division's going to be tough. A team I'm looking at, and again, maybe win the division. That might be aggressive, but everybody's talking about the Ravens. Everybody's talking about the Bengals.
No one's talking about the Browns.
Nobody's talking about the Steelers.
The Steelers.
That's
going to be mine,
hey, check the schedule though.
Yeah.
I was with you, and then I looked at the schedule. Nah, bro.
Plus 172 to make the playoffs for the Steelers.
Plus 172.
I would take that.
Spenny.
Do you want to know
Broadcaster
the division,
6. Check that schedule and get back to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pull it up right now.
Plus 750 on the division.
The first 7 weeks of that schedule. Peep it.
It's a gauntlet. It's one of the worst stretches I've ever seen on an NFL schedule.
Yeah, it's tough. Juice has told me the Cardinals plus 320 to make the playoffs.
All right, fine. But the Chargers, they lost Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. So
they're plus 110.
Mine's kind of lame, but I got the Colts at plus 132.
Yeah, you're lame. That is lame. The Colts are a borderline. They're like the bad team Bengals to me. I keep hearing about the Colts. And then when it's all on the line, they don't get it done.
I got faith in AR-15, and they were a snap away from making the playoffs last year. So
his shoulder ligament snap. You're right. The Ravens are the AFC version of the Dallas Cowboys. They're great in the regular season. Then they choke by doing something stupid. That's Dante 151. All right, next down.
Next question of the NFL nickel package. Fifth down. The Chiefs are going to have either a rookie or second-year player protecting Mahomes' blind side. Wait, what?
I was stunned when I read that. I was stunned. And Flannel, you start mixing this type of thing into the mix.
It's the Chiefs. Dude.
I know, but
I'm with you, Flannel.
I know it is. And I know it's Patrick Mahomes. I know it is. But not everything can go your way every year.
I understand that, but I'm just going to make this declaration right now, and I think I'm right, and it's only going to get better. Brent Veach is the best GM of all time. With what he's done acquiring talent, with his first draft class being the Patrick Mahomes draft class, with all that they've done to replenish the team when guys like Tyreek Hill and Tyrann Mathieu left and Frank Clark, Brent Veach is the greatest GM who ever lived. So he's one of those blind trust in, especially when you also give me Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, an aging Travis Kelce, Steve Spagnuolo, and Andy Reid. It's the Chiefs. They're a dynasty. They've got all-time greats everywhere. Front office, coaching staff, quarterback, defense, pass catcher. Never going to doubt them until they give me a reason to.
I don't dispute that.
I'm in the same boat over here.
But the conditions are there.
Sure.
The conditions are there for it to be a problem. I'm just saying that. That's all.
Could be.
Now, luckily, they're in a division that isn't going to push them too much.
That's fair.
So there's that as well. Was that fifth down, Spenny?
That was fifth down.
Oh, man, look at that. We're on the clock, everybody. We are on the clock. I love it. Let me tell you about KDK Law. You're dealing with divorce. You're dealing with child custody. You're dealing with other family law issues. This is serious, everybody. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. Over 10 years of experience, 24/7 availability. And that's the key right there. 24/7 availability. If you're going through this right now, how you feeling? You rested? You go to sleep at night? No, you don't. So get the experience, get the availability. Get Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law right here in Birmingham. Scan the QR code on your screen or call them 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your
just
back.
to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a nickel package Friday, a Bourbon Friday as well. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. We have Justin in the house. We have Broadcaster 6 in the house. Brad Hendricks. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Brad Hendricks, B6 for life. Some reaction to the NFL nickel package. Mark Walston, nobody talked about the Chargers. That's the dark horse. They're pretty much even money to make the playoffs. That's not a dark horse in my book. Cardinals at plus 320, we're in to make the playoffs. So that's it. All day, nasty schedule for Pittsburgh. That first 7 weeks, man. And that's what makes you or breaks you.
Yeah, it's as I said before, I've never seen anything like it on an NFL schedule.
The ski mask boy, it's all about the schedule with football. It is.
Yep.
Like it's a schedule game, man. Mike G. Maz loves the Colts. You never want to be on that side. I'm just saying that.
I read that one. That one is a little brutal to see, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So, but there is some love for the Steelers in the chat as well. Spenny, let's go to the hardwood, man.
All right, let's go to the hardwood. Let's go to the Pistons fast break. First question of the Pistons fast break. Does Ivy make the starting lineup?
I think so. Do you get the feeling like, I don't want to say it's like the last stand for Jaden Ivey, but do you get the feeling like Trajan Langdon, they're going to run him out there, and JB Bickerstaff talked about it, but I'm just going off of what JB Bickerstaff said. He wants him out there on the floor with Cade. He wants to see if he can fix it, if he can make it work, and that's it. It was interesting what he said about getting him the ball off movement. That was interesting.
Yeah, so I understand that.
Plus, who's the alternative?
I'm going to go off of, I would say, what I think is the better basketball fit. I think Jaden Ivey should start the second team as a point guard. I think Malik Beasley should start. Gives you more shooting. And Malik Beasley, people forget, he started all of those games with Giannis, Brook Lopez, Dame Lillard, and Chris Middleton last year for Milwaukee. I think Jaden Ivey is going to lead the second team as like your combo guard, and Malik Beasley will start alongside Cade Cunningham, at least at first.
Okay, I mean, I can't kill you on that. Yeah. I can't. But I just think, like, based on what J.B. Bickerstaff said, I think that he thinks right now he wants to see what that is and then move accordingly.
That's fair. And Kool-Aid agrees with you, by the way, and he's got boots on the ground in the building. So I may be wrong. I just think the better fit would be to have Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham on the floor as little as possible. But hey, maybe they can make it work.
All right, fair. Second quarter.
Will Ausar Thompson shoot over 25% from three?
I wanted to say yeah to that. He recently just got cleared for basketball activities because he had, blood clots.
Yeah.
It was something very, 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 very concerning, obviously. He recently just got cleared, so he missed all that work time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did. And look, you know who knows that Ausar Thompson shoots the way he does from three the most?
Ausar Thompson. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows it's an issue. 25%. I guess here's the deal. I don't think that's up to Ausar. He was the best on the team at catch and shoot threes in the corner.
It's fair.
He was the best, and that's, I know, of a 14-win team, that's not saying much, but I'm giving you some context to it. There are spots where he can be serviceable, with improvement.
And that's why I say, at least for this season, also with the caveat of the shot doctor Fred Vincent being in the room, I think I've got Ausar Thompson pegged for somewhere between 26 and 29% on relatively low volume. Hopefully he'll get more of those corner three opportunities. One of the reasons I have that much of an improvement is because it was so bad that even a shooting percentage of between 26 and 29% is just less version of terrible. So I think Ausar Thompson can make that kind of a leap. I think the bigger question is whether or not he could make the leap from the late 20s to the early to mid 30s and then maybe to like 37 at some point in his career. So yes, I have Ausar Thompson. If I were to pick a number, 27% on 2 attempts per game. That's my final answer on Ausar Thompson this year.
That's a big jump. And to be fair to Ausar Thompson, he has been on brand, I thought. So far, he's been on brand. Other than like the blood clot stuff, when he played, he was pretty much what he was advertised to be.
I think a little bit worse of a shooter. He showed some spurts in the overtime elite playoffs that he could shoot it a little bit. And in the regular season, he wasn't 18%. He needs to improve that shot. But yeah, he did a lot of good things on the court. He was your best wing defender. Actually turned out to have a pretty good field goal percentage by the end of the year. Super athletic. So yeah, if he gets a shot, that would be huge for this team.
All right. Ski Mask Boy, Tiger tickets giveaways. You guys need to quit taking the free tickets and leave them at will call for one lucky chat family member.
I'd be cool if we got free tickets.
Yeah.
We don't.
I must have missed those.
Must have missed those free tickets that we get so much.
Yeah. I don't know about all that. But anyway, yeah.
If I invited you to a Tigers game, would you come?
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't been to a Tigers game in a while.
Spenny, Dad with Tourette sent a message here, and I think he was talking to you. He said, just got back from my drug test. I need to drink more water, LOL.
Hey, I drink a lot of water. It's true. I drink a lot of water.
Shout out Spenny. Well hydrated, spend more racks.
Stay hydrated. I like it. All right.
It's important.
Next quarter.
Next question of the nickel package. Over under 28.5 wins.
Snap reaction's going to be like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like 100% yeah.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
Trajan Langdon has come in here and made moves. And moves that I think people like. Was it you that we were talking about? Like, do you get a different vibe from Trajan Langdon?
100%. There's a direction with this team. There's an identity.
There's an objective.
Yes,
there's a direction. There's all those things.
Yeah.
So, I agree with that. It's just for me, like the snap reaction is to say yeah, but to double a team's win output in the NBA is tough.
It's tough. Here's where I land on
But
this.
yes, I think they will.
I think they'll go under by a half. I've got them for 28 wins on the dot. And
You're such a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. We actually talked to Greg Kelser yesterday on Wake Up
I
Woodward.
saw that. What was the backstory on that?
Well, he's got he's running some camps in the city
very
of
cool.
Detroit. And obviously we all know what he was drafted there as a top 5 pick. He's there.
Spartan Dog.
Yeah, Spartan Dog. Probably the greatest Big Ten duo of all time, Magic Johnson and Greg Kelser. And then obviously we all know what he does alongside George Blaha. But he mentioned last year how...
Sits next to me on the Pistons team plane, by the way.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, we broke bread often.
Very nice guy. But yeah, he mentioned yesterday how there were about 10 wins or so that he thinks that the Pistons kind of let slip away due to a number of factors. It could be youth, it could be coaching, it could just be plain old execution, it could be even some unfavorable whistles. Hello, the New York Knicks game. But no, I think they're going to get to 28 exactly. Going to be a big improvement.
Isn't that such a flannel answer?
He's such a hater.
I'm not a hater.
That's crazy.
That's doubling your wins, and that's a massive success. Would anybody in this room be upset with a 28-win season?
There goes the Dodgers team bus, by the way, going to Comerica. Just pulled out. Yeah.
Oh, shout out.
Yep.
That was my thing. I said borderline or baseline, I need them to double their win total. But I could see them getting over 20. I like the moves they made, honestly.
I do too.
This roster is a lot better than it was.
It's a
last year.
professional roster. Is it a good, are they a playoff professional roster? No, they're not, but the man's been on the job for 4 weeks, man.
Give me the over.
It's a hell of a turnaround in 4 weeks.
Yep.
That's fair.
Oh, it's a completely different organization with a completely different vibe. I mean,
can we have a gentleman's bet? You got the 28 and under,
little coffee bet
and under, and I got the 28 and a half over. I'll buy you lunch or something. You buy me lunch. We do it for lunch.
Yeah. Here's the problem. I really want to pick over so bad because I also said on yesterday's show that the next stop for Cade Cunningham is going to be the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I think that just him being the point guard along with shooters will supercharge this more than you think. So I guess in some ways I'm kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth.
So you're full of shit is what you're saying.
I feel really burned.
So what you just said over the last 3 minutes was all bullshit and is not true at all.
Dude,
You're doing it for a shtick. You're doing it for clicks.
No, I smashed the over last season. And I know that it's different. I
tried to help you on that, by the way.
I know, but I've been hurt too many times, man.
Don't let your recency
And by the
bias
way,
get you, Flannel. Don't let it happen.
28 is a good season for this team. 28 wins is a good
100%.
season with the hope of maybe upping it to borderline play-in team the next year with maybe 35 or more. And then at that point, we ride. So I'm going to go slight under 28 wins. And if you want to do the bet, lunch.
All right, bet.
Shake.
There it is.
Yeah, for real. I hope that you win, by the way, for real. I really hope that you win that bet.
Adiz 411, Dodgers staying in Birmingham. Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah.
There are teams that will stay here.
Yeah.
There are teams that stay down here.
The Bucks do it every time.
Yep, no doubt. Fourth quarter.
All right, fourth quarter. Will Cade be an all-star next year?
Yes.
Yep. 100%.
Here's the deal, though, and you guys know where I stand with Cade, and he's a guy I've covered since he was in college, and I've told you the stories and of him on the team bus and all that kind of stuff. Here's the deal with Cade. I hope for his sake he is too, because everything is different now. You guys saw that clip of him signing that piece of paper? Mm-hmm. Once he signed that piece of paper, everything changed. Expectations changed. You go from like a good story to all-star is kind of the floor of the expectations.
Yep.
And I would think that he has a very good chance at it because of how well-rounded his game is. Like, the numbers he put up last year
were all-star numbers.
Mm-hmm. And they were historic, Flannel. You can laugh at that all you want.
God, no.
They were.
No.
They were. Within the framework of the NBA, they were historic.
Hey, and if you want me to go down the road again, I will do it. He had more points per game than Paolo Banchero, more assists per game than Chris Paul, a higher field goal percentage than Mikal Bridges, a higher three-point percentage than Dame Lillard, fewer turnovers per game than Luka Doncic, and a higher free throw percentage than Kevin Durant. I'm just trust me.
That's all factual.
He had all-star numbers, and I think with more wins, and I think he'll actually be more efficient this season, especially with his three-point shot. He will 100% be an all-star.
No, I agree with. I don't think people realize how good Cade. Do you think he gets slept down with how good he was last year?
Yes, he had probably. My problem with Troy Weaver for so long was because, in my opinion, a guy like Cade Cunningham is easy to build around, but Troy Weaver valued big men more than wings. It just drove me crazy.
He was only the third ever player for the Pistons to average 22 points and 7 assists in a single season.
Yes.
That's Dave Bing and Isaiah Thomas.
That's a great company.
He was one of only 5 players last year to have those averages a year ago. 22 and 7. That's Luka, LeBron, Jokic, and Lillard.
Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Yeah.
There's a constant with that. And look, is he going to take the franchise to the Eastern Conference Finals this year? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you guys, giving you perspective with how good he is.
Yep.
And no one realizes it. That's it. All right, real quick, what do we got?
All right, final question. Who is Ron Holland's pro comp? I got a pretty good one I thought of yesterday.
I actually have a good one, too.
Andrew Wiggins.
I said Jeremy Grant.
I'm going to go RJ Barrett. I honestly, when the wheels are kind of turning in my head, he's kind of an amalgamation out of all of them. I think Ron Holland projects to be a better defensive player than RJ Barrett, but RJ Barrett's a guy who
I think with all of our comps, he's the best defensive player in that group.
Yes.
Maybe Wiggins. Like prime Wiggins on Golden State during that championship season. That was but
that's a refined years in the league.
Yeah.
Optimum setup around him.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? The game reminds me of that.
You know what? I'll say this. I'm proud of us. I think those are good, reasonable comps. Like nobody is saying like Dwayne Wade or Jaylen Brown or anything like that.
Jeff Olson says Jimmy Butler.
See,
Jimmy Butler's not as good of a shooter as everybody thinks he is.
I was going to
Jimmy
say
Butler
Jimmy
came
Butler.
into the league not really shooting, kind of like Ron Holland, and kind of like RJ Barrett, for example. He didn't shoot the 3-ball well at Duke, but his all-around offensive skill set made him a top 5 pick, kind of like Ron Holland.
All right, tell me about Randy Wise.
Oh, absolutely, Randy Wise. We all know about the golf tour this season, and how would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braylon Edwards? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
I know you would love to be
How
in that
do you
foursome.
not at that point? Register today, and you could round off our foursome at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on that screen above my head right now. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. It's Randy Wise Automotive.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Metro Detroit. Locations are popping up all over Michigan, known for their quality hand-battered, hand-breaded chicken tenders, delicious chicken sandwiches and New York-style pizza, and the best biscuits in the biscuit game. They just opened up a location in Madison Heights. Make sure you go to Sorokis.com to find a location near you. Soroki's, now that's crispy.
All right, coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday as well. Shout out Shankar Distilleries. They got their grand opening tonight. They're on Chicago Road, about 10 minutes from here, and they like the show. So we like them. Yep. And I like bourbon. And they sent a bottle. So everything fits. So we're all enjoying it.
And the bottle's gas.
And the bottle is straight.
Yep.
Straight. It is. It's incredible. The barrel
perfect
proof
amount of kick to it that breathes in the soul. That's what I love to have about a bourbon.
Go ahead, Spenny. Get in there, man.
Spenny, I think you got to pour on camera.
You gotta, yeah, there you go. There.
Hey.
Hey, there he is. Single barrel proof. 116 proof, as a matter of fact. But, yeah, we're doing it here today. We're just having fun, man. That's the way Fridays work. It is good stuff. Does your dad approve? I know he's a Scotch guy.
Yeah, he likes it.
He's tougher than I am, though. I freely admit that man went to war.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's
Men were men.
yeah, absolutely.
Got the cojones.
Spend more hamster. Michael, having a designated driver is underrated. Just ask Neil. What does that mean?
Uber, baby. Uber everywhere. Pre-rolls in the whip.
All right, sports media nickel package. This is my favorite.
Yeah, it is.
I enjoy this one. We do it for me. I give you guys everything all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 8 minutes here, okay?
Yep.
Give me 8 minutes.
Yep.
All right,
Neil
first
be
question.
freely bricked up.
Of the sports media nickel package, the UFC media rights are up in 2025. Some are saying they're worth up to $5 billion a year. Do you guys watch the UFC, or is it like the NBA where people will lie and say they don't?
Well, Spenny, I know you do, and you know I do.
UFC,
Yeah, you're one of the OGs. You've been on it for a long time. I guess this question is centered to Flannel and to Jesus. Do you watch?
UFC guy.
I do not, because my sort of passion, as everybody knows, if they watch the show or they know me, I'm really big in sort of the analytics of sports and the numbers and all of that. So combat stuff doesn't really appeal to me as much. I don't really watch boxing
there's no
either.
analytics.
However, if anybody, if you, Spenny, Easy, if you're watching, you Juices, if you guys are ever watching a fight at the bar, I know that some people kind of need the boys around, need that kind of an environment to really appreciate it. So I'm game. I'm game to give it a try.
Jesus, you on it?
I'm a huge UFC fan.
Okay.
I watch almost every card. It's a sanctity at my household at Kalamazoo. We watch every event.
Yeah.
We actually, my house lost a combined $1,700 on Charles Oliveira to Arman Sarukin and UFC 300. So
That's hype. You guys, the boys were locked and loaded,
the
though.
boys
I like
were
it.
locked and loaded. We all saved up money to drop on UFC 300. So, and as much as Spenny likes to hate, hey, Charles Oliveira title run part 2 loading. I
Not gonna
don't
happen.
care. He is going to win it again.
Not going to happen.
Whatever. I don't even care. Charles Oliveira, let's get it.
Yeah. All right. No, that's fair. And Spenny, like, look, I know, and my son is Cristiano's considering turning pro when he turns 18 next year. So
That's awesome.
So we'll see. I don't know. I don't think he has a work ethic for it. I'm just keeping it real.
That's
but
fair.
Hey, it's fair.
But hey,
My dad said
there's
the
nowhere
same
to
thing about
hide.
me,
Nowhere to
so-
hide.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide once they close that cage door. Dad with Tourette's, I used to watch a lot, no longer. But guys, I'll tell you this: $5 billion per year. The NBA, that would put them, I think, third in TV rights.
Shout out.
So somebody's watching. For those of you that say you don't, you're probably lying. All right, next one.
Second question of the sports media nickel package. I saw the Athletic story where someone said the new generation of play-by-play announcers are kind of bland. What happened to the play-by-play announcer?
Why? Like, do you guys agree with that?
That dude from the Hornets, what's his name?
That guy's a clown.
He's
I
the
fucking
man,
hate
dude.
that guy. Like
You suck, Flannel.
mid-range
You
jump.
hate fun.
No.
Flannel hates fun.
It's like mid-range jumper. Oh, Miles Bridges with a 17-footer.
That
It's like
guy's the man, dude.
Someone could have like a breakaway dunk.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Good golly, Miss Molly, LaMelo Ball. Check the score. Lakers 77, Charlotte 58. Like, come on. I hate that guy. Like, I have a very, very strong vendetta against that clown. Get him off Charlotte broadcasts. I'm calling for another man's job. Actually, I probably shouldn't do
Flannel
that.
hates
But
fun.
I don't hate fun. I just...
I think for a hometown announcer, like, I get it. And I'll tell you guys this. So, like, when there are big moments in national games, what clips get the most run?
Obviously,
Is it the national guy just calling it, or is it the hometown announcer? Because I'll tell you this, from experience, the Jack Golke hits.
Yeah.
When I'm like, oh, of course, he may never miss again. Like, that got a little more run than some of the national
local.
stuff.
100% it's local.
Do you want to know the worst example of all? Something that's definitely going to make your skin crawl, Neil? The Bird Steals It We all know that. And there's a steal by Bird. But like on
the low light of my youth as a sports fan. That
on the
play
national one, it's just Bird steals it. But like we all know it's steal by Bird. Only the DJ lays it in. Like that's the call that you remember. So I hate to use that example, but that's a good. That's probably one of the most famous ones that you'll ever hear.
Let me flip this on your head. If you are ever watching Wings broadcast clips in this current era, I cannot tell you the last time I saw a national clip outdo our broadcast team.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Ken Daniels is the GOAT.
No, and honestly, to me, the greatest call in the history of American team sports, it was a local one. It was almost lost to history, was that Bobby Thompson shot heard around the world. You know, the Giants win the pennant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I have an autographed picture of that, which is pretty cool.
The Maglio home run. That's
iconic.
Shout out Double D. Like,
it's an iconic Detroit sports moment.
Yeah.
And that's the soundtrack.
I had it was like a koozie that when you squeezed it, it did the Maglio call.
Yeah, I have one with a bottle opener.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Shout out to Dan Dickerson.
It still works. Literally still works. I used it the other day.
All right, next question of the Sports Media Nickel Package. This may be a question for DMAC, but Warner Brothers, TNT, and TBS may be getting Sunday Night Baseball package. Your thoughts?
I'm sorry. Nah, bro. And maybe I'm getting old because I'm up here, questioning Gen Z and all that kind of stuff. It just won't be the same. It won't be.
I caught COVID and started to question Kyrie.
The funny thing is, I wish that I could.
Do you watch Sunday Night Baseball?
I don't, and I wish that I could say
House of the Dragons on Sundays.
I wish that I could say that I do.
What a time!
Yep.
Damn, I wish that I could say that I do, but
I
just don't. I mean, the reality is that I would say that if you're the most plugged into the Tigers this season, I've been just absolutely obsessed. Every single game, I pour over the numbers the next day and try to sort of make the prep for whatever show I'm doing. So to me, I've been more Tigers centric than MLB. I still keep up. I still know about, the Gunnar Hendersons and the Yankees with Judge and Judge and Soto and the Dodgers with Ohtani, Betts, and Freddie Freeman. But Sunday Night Baseball, even if it's a great game, I usually don't watch. That's usually a night where I'm watching like Netflix with the wife and having dinner.
All right, next one.
Next question. With games added to the college football playoff, do you think there will be a decline in ratings for the games?
No, because we're simps.
Yes, that's true.
And we'll do what we're told. And when it's like, look, it'll be like Texas Notre Dame. Oh, people, even though we know that both those teams, like in the end, aren't going to be the ones that get it done. 100%. But people will be under the table.
Give me some evidence, Flannel, on them not being.
All right, that's not the point of the question. The point of the question is this:
TCU beating Michigan.
People will be under the table. Just, oh my God, it's it'll be like playing golf with Braylon at U of M's golf course.
And do you know why that is? Because college football, for everything, for all the
marketing.
history, it is the greatest sport in the world. At least to me, I know Neil, you agree. I know Spenny. Big Michigan, like when Michigan State football is good, I know that you're as locked in as anybody. It's the greatest sport in the world. It's got an environment unlike any other. It's got the biggest stadiums other than NASCAR stadiums, like Michigan Stadium and Penn State, Ohio State, all of those. You can go to Texas A&M. You can talk about like LSU. Those are bigger than NFL stadiums. It's an environment unlike any other.
Shout out easy, but Sat Sportsbook question. Do you think that Florida State and Georgia Tech on week 0 will outdo plenty of the week 0 games in the past, numbers-wise?
Well, week 0 games in the past, one of them was Nebraska Northwestern.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Because they finally wised up
and they put
got
a good
like
game there.
Quasi-decent matchup.
Ooh,
all right.
That game will pop off the ratings.
Number 5.
Will Broadcaster 6 be Woodward Sports' first $100 million broadcaster?
I don't see how he's not.
Yeah, I mean...
He's Netflix famous now, everybody.
I'm not there yet, but Spenny, I'm coming for that.
I hope so, because me and Spenny are peers. We came in right about the same time, so
True.
I know you'll take care of me in whatever way that you can. I'm not a leech or anything, but
I won't forget the little people.
I appreciate it.
Steven Syrett, Mountain West. That is going to Warner Brothers, by the way. Shout out. All right, when we come back, a special Spencer Raxter Broadcaster 6 Netflix nickel package when we come back. Don't go anywhere, everybody.
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. You guys know what it is. Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. Over 50 Metro Detroit locations. And it's the best gym in the gym game, bottom line. I tell you guys this, all the time. It's the best deal in American consumerism. Black Card, $24.99 a month. Get you access to over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses in the world. You're not paying $100 a month. You don't need a rock wall. You need tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights. Benny, what are we on tonight? Friday. I forgot about that.
Legs tomorrow.
Bourbon Friday. What, legs tomorrow?
Legs tomorrow.
Legs tomorrow, everybody. PlanetFitness.com. Join there. Pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. It is the best gym in the gym game. I've been a member for over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, everybody, listen up. Don't miss out on the expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday right here on Big D Energy. Every Thursday with Ermanni and Edwards, he offers top-notch injury advice. We also talk about the relevant injuries in the sports world as well. I enjoy the segment a lot. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with hhis career. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game, keep you performing at your best. For more info, go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call him 248-426-9944. All right, back at it. Final segment of the show, Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for DMAC. All of you in the chat. The Ski Mask Boy, what is Broadcaster 6? Ski Mask Boy, are you new?
You haven't heard?
Broadcaster 6 is Spencer Raxter on Netflix, the Receiver series. Spencer Raxter's pretty much the star of the show.
Pretty much.
I think it goes Amon-Ra St. Brown, Spencer Raxter, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson. I think that's the rankings.
Yeah.
So,
George Kittle's pretty electric on wide receiver.
I love George Kittle.
Dude, George Kittle is like if I could trade places with that man, I would do it.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's an absolute
He's living
stud.
the life right now.
Oh, dude.
But the moral of the story is this. If you want to see Spencer Raxter, watch the Receiver Netflix series. He's in there.
Speaking of which,
we have a Netflix nickel package. How does Spenny deal with startup?
Netflix fame nickel package. The first question, it's got to be about the platform that gave me my big break. So Netflix question, what's a better show, Stranger Things or Ozark?
Ozark. I thought Stranger Things was kind of stupid, but that's just me, and I understand like it's not my flavor. But Ozark is still to this day one of the few shows I've watched in my life where a moment happened and I audibly was like, when they shot the lawyer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When they shot the lawyer, I was like, oh my God.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It was
all over the birds. Just
I know, dude. Like that was the one. That was the biggest moment I've ever seen in television.
Yeah, it's Ozark. And honestly, Stranger Things, you know where Stranger Things jumped the shark for me? When Billy Hargrove died.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Hargrove.
Okay.
I wanted Billy Hargrove to fuck Mrs. Wheeler so bad. That dude is the king.
That's crazy.
You know what my favorite scene in the history of that show was? Where he like ran over Steve on the basketball court and just goes like, don't move your feet, charge, and just shoves the
Yeah,
basketball.
hell
in. He
yeah.
took over and was just like, I'm the cool guy now.
Yeah.
Steve, you can go hang with the little guys now. Billy Hargrove fucks women is what he does.
That's true.
He has sex with women. He's the coolest 80s archetype I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, Steve hangs out with kids. Billy fucks women.
Billy fucks women
That's
is what
true.
he does.
And Billy was the man.
Oh, he lived a very full life, fucking a lot of women while in his very short life. He should have
Yes.
never died. Bring Billy Hargrove back.
Bring Billy back.
I
Second
agree.
down.
Fuck 11.
I didn't give my opinion.
Oh, sorry.
I think Stranger Things is weird. I only watched the first couple of seasons.
Well, come on. Stranger Things is good. It's a good show.
No,
It's not my
couldn't
flavor.
finish it.
I freely admit, I hate it, but it's not my flavor.
That's fair.
And that's fine.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Ozark's on my list. Do you guys highly like? Should I jump that? Like
One of the best
should
series
that
on
jump-
television.
Should that jump
Yes.
The Boys
Yes.
season
Yes.
4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
The
Spenny,
Boys season 4? Because that's like the next thing on my list.
Yeah,
is the
I
Boys
would watch
season 4.
Ozark first.
Okay.
Well, it's only one season of The Boys, so I would do that. But Ozark is better than The Boys.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And you love The Boys.
I love The Boys, yeah. But Ozark is the shots in Ozark, the cinematography of Ozark is outmatched. Like it is insane.
The storyline's incredible.
They do everything adverse to what you're supposed to do when you're shooting things. Like they do the opposite of rule of thirds, and like the background is not blurred. It looks so visually appealing on top of just a top tier Jason Bateman performance.
Yep.
Like just an amazing
Is
show.
it better than Breaking Bad? Because I just
I like it better. I
disagree.
like it better than Breaking Bad.
I mean, it's in the discussion.
I think Breaking Bad's overrated personally because Skyler and Walt Jr.
You know what hurts
ruin it for
Breaking
me.
Bad? The first two series
Yes.
or the first two seasons were so slow.
Yeah.
100%.
They were slow.
It was drawing everything out. I personally think Jesse Pinkman might be my favorite character in TV show history. So
Jesse's a great character.
It went 0 to 100 real quick.
I
though.
think Breaking Bad's a little overrated. Just Skyler and Walt Jr. fucking ruin it for me.
Walt Jr.'s
Skyler's a bitch.
Skyler's a
I don't
bitch.
like Skyler. I like Walt Jr. though.
All right, next question of the Netflix fame nickel package. Should I start an IMDb page?
100%.
Got to, right?
You've got to.
How do I start an IMDb?
Now that's up to you to find out. If you're in the chat right now, if you have any advice for Spenny to start an IMDb page, because he's made appearances
Yes.
in nationwide hits.
Yeah, and
He has.
citywide hits too.
yes,
There you go.
You should. Yes, Spenny. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Front seat hits, all of
Yep.
it. Vertically challenged hits,
Oh, yeah.
all of it. If you have any suggestions for Spencer, please know. Big Cuz says flannel's unhinged. No, he was.
I am a
Somebody said
Billy
they're all
Hargrove
drunk.
stan.
No,
Billy's the man.
we're not drunk yet.
Not drunk
Billy
yet.
Hargrove
Yeah.
stan. I will defend that man with my life. He got unfairly killed off. You know what I wish Stranger Things was? Just the story of Billy Hargrove and his high school exploits. He's the man. Fuck 11. And fuck that little compound with all the bald children and Papa.
Yeah,
It's creepy as hell.
That is pretty weird.
I won't lie. I got a nice buzz going.
Anywho.
All right, next question of the Netflix fame nickel package. Should I tint my windows even more?
I think you should. I would, real
With the
talk.
5%?
Like, people are crazy.
Yeah.
I would maybe strengthen those door panels a little bit too.
Yeah. I got 25 on the front and 5% on the back. Should I put the 5% on the front as well?
I think you should bulletproof glass it too. Just for like when fans start knocking on the glass, you don't want something to happen.
That's fair.
When you're trying to get Tiny Tina and get her in the front seat through the crowd
Yeah.
with all the
Gotta
cameras.
sneak her in, yeah. That's fair.
Definitely the window tint
Good thing
though.
I could just throw her through the window.
I think the tint has to be intense enough
Like a shot put.
where you get pulled over by the cops because your tint is so intense, and they're like, "Oh damn, you're a broadcaster 6."
I tell the cops I got tints because I'm rich. They said, okay. Hey. All right, second question. Should I just DM Sydney Sweeney right away?
100%.
Yes.
You
Get after
haven't
it,
yet.
Spenny.
How you haven't yet is beyond me.
Yeah, that's true.
It's never going to be higher than it is right now until it is, if that makes any sense. So you got the juice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right now, your stock is high. I would shoot the shot.
Yeah.
You got to go for it, Spenny.
Just tell her, say, hey.
You can't live life with a regret.
Yeah, you just got to say, like, be proper. Say, like, hey, this is Spencer.
Yeah.
You may
Broadcaster
know me
6.
as Broadcaster 6 and Netflix the receiver. So we finna hook up or what?
I'm gonna see. Let me see them titties. Show me them titties. But, all right, final question.
Tweet that or she'll respond.
I've seen them already. Shout out Euphoria. You see her tits a couple times.
Life with Cool. My wife's been in a better mood after hearing B6.
Hey,
That's what I do.
A little
save
more
marriages.
moist.
I save marriages and I break marriages. You know, it depends on
Depends on what side of the coin you're on. All right.
Next question. Final question of the nickel package. Do I get an invite to the Emmys?
Invite? I'm talking nomination. I'm talking nomination. Best contributing actor to a star series on Netflix.
Yeah.
You vibe with me, Flannel?
Yes, the only question I have is like, for all of us common folk, do we get to make it a boys trip? Obviously, you're going to get compensated for what you've done. Do we get to make it a boys trip?
Boys can come for sure. I'll have the table.
I got a question for Spenny.
I don't even have to go in. I just want to be like make a boys trip and then let you go to the.
You want to be
Emmys
at the
and we just-
party?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. 100%.
So Spenny, were you invited to the white party over the weekend?
No, I was not.
Did it get lost in the mail then?
Well, the info didn't drop that he was in there yet.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah, well, I wasn't-
So
I
you'll be
wasn't-
at the next one though, right?
He wasn't a star then.
I don't know. Ruben parties and Diddy parties are toeing the line. Like, it's.
Yeah, but you would go now.
I would go. Livy Dunn was there. So that's reason enough for me to go.
Paul Skeens, watch
He
out.
wasn't there. Paul Skeens wasn't there, and Livy Dunn's was.
Livy Dunn was open
I'm
season.
not gonna lie. After what Paul Skeens did last night, he's probably still like a level above.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
For sure.
He's the best pitcher.
The NL
Get on
starter.
your
He
knees
was
for him,
named the NL
Flannel.
starter for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
He's the best pitcher in the MLB. I don't
Hey,
even care.
real quick before we get out of here, Anson's filling in for Ermanni and Edwards.
Yes.
And he's got the impatient look on his face right now.
Where is he?
Like he's standing there with his hands on his hips.
Get in the hot seat.
He's not even a regular. And he's already, he's
a
got the
regular now.
vibes. No, you don't need to sit down, Anson. We're not talking about it.
All right.
The people can talk to you at 2 o'clock.
All right.
All right, we're out of here.
I'm just going to sit here anyway.
Well,
Hey, follow that, killer. Follow this episode, man. Good luck. 2 to 4, by the way. Who you in with?
I'm in with Mr. Braylon and a surprise in the seat. Got Mr. Henning and Mr. Dr. Pierce.
Oh, Lynn Henning.
Lynn
Yes,
Henning?
sir.
Okay.
All right. Shout out.
Should be a good show.
Should be a good show.
Looking forward to
Hey.
seeing you guys all join us.
Can you ask Lynn Henning something for me?
Absolutely, my friend.
Is Akil Badu working out?
It's one of those.
All right, see you later,
rhetorical-
everybody. Have a great weekend.